Hi guys, welcome to OneX Labs. In this video, we will talk about these concepts, create and modify a dashboard. So already I have put in a detailed video on dashboards and stories, you can watch that. So in addition to that, from the certification point of view, like what type of questions you will be getting on it, so those things we will discuss, okay? So here are the topics. If you see, create a dashboard layout, add interactive or explanatory elements, add dashboard actions, modify existing dashboard layout for mobile devices, create a story using dashboards or views. Okay. So here, first let's talk about certain things about dashboards. Then I will be putting separate video and stories, like few questions we will discuss on the stories part. So here I have connected to Superstore data and I have created some sample worksheets. Now let's put this on a dashboard. So I'm clicking on the new dashboard. So let's arrange this. So I'm just going to drag and drop this according to how I want to design this dashboard. Okay. So all these things, like you can watch my video how to create a dashboard and what is a dashboard stories and all, I would have explained in detail. Okay. So now I have created a simple dashboard where I have placed this for worksheets. Okay, so first thing, creating a dashboard layout. Okay, so if you see here, when you are normally creating a dashboard where you can just drag and drop the sheets, but you have some options like different layouts. Okay, so you can add like a horizontal layout and vertical layout. Then you can place the objects like how you want to represent in the dashboards. Okay, and also like device preview sections where you can preview the various sizes, how the dashboard will look like in the various devices. Okay, so already some devices are added. So when they are talking about this layout feature, just add so how this layout has been added, and so how to create a dashboard layout. Okay, so you have to concentrate all these topics. So if you see here, normally instead of dragging and dropping as it is, so here you have the layout containers where you can use it in case if I am going to use a horizontal container, or I can use a vertical containers. Okay, so you have to know about this horizontal and vertical containers and how to design a dashboard. And also like if you see here, for each view you have some properties, right? So if you click here, so you have some properties, right? So just look at these properties also. Okay, and so we have two types, floating and fixed layouts. Okay, so in case by default it is in the fixed layout, that is your tiled, the container is tiled. So in case if I am making it floating, so in that cases it is like free flow where I can just drag and place it anywhere. Okay, so you can also choose your floating order. Okay, if you don't want floating, you can remove the floating. Now it is in the tiled position. So you will get a question like they will be just giving you some kind of picture. If you look at this picture, for example, here if you see, I make this legend as floating and I keep it inside this layout. If you see, they will be just giving a picture like this. Okay, and they will ask you to identify. So in this, which is tiled container, which object is in tiled and which object is in floating. So the graph which we have placed, that is your map, it is in the tiled container and the legend is in the floating. So you will be getting questions like this. Okay, so this they will be giving you a picture where you have to identify which containers are in the tiled position and which containers are in the floating position. So just have a look at it, like how the objects will be when it is in floating and when it is in the tiled layouts. And I was talking about this device layouts, right? So here I have taken few questions. So here if you see there is also a question like add interactive explanatory elements, add dashboard actions. So we know like when we are creating a dashboard, the interactivity is more important. So you have to add some kind of interactivity between these elements. So for that you can add the action filters, or also you have like use as filter. So when I am using this as filter, so this particular view will act as a filter for other views. Okay, so for example now, so whatever see, you can see here whatever country I am selecting, so other views are just fetching the details for that particular country. So now this is being used as a filter. So this is also one part of interactive element. Or you go to your dashboard actions where you can add several types of actions like filters, highlighters, URL actions, go to sheet, change parameter and change set values. So you can watch my dashboard video where I would have explained about these action filters. So you can just look at that also. So this will also add more interactivity to your dashboard. So if I am adding a filter based on the filter, like this users filter and adding action filter is same. Now you can see already a filter is been added because we already gave this sheet to be used as filter for other sheets. If you choose highlighter, it will just highlight the values. It will not filter out, it will just highlight the values based on the source and target containers you are selecting. So go to URL where you can specify a particular URL. So based on the input, it will from the dashboard you can go to that particular URL. For example, if I give any URL link here, okay, so they like, and I associate any of the sheets, so based on that it will take me to that particular web URL. Okay, and go to sheet, any sheet within this workbook, and change parameter, change set values. So I will be putting a separate video on this. So these two things I have not covered in my earlier video. So I will be putting a separate video, detailed video on how to use the URL actions for change parameter, change set values. That is, here we have a control over like the parameter actions where you can update the parameter value dynamically using the dashboard actions, as well as you can control the set values also. Okay, so there will be definitely a question based on actions. For example, you can see you have a dashboard and you want to add a feature so that selecting an element on one of the worksheets on the dashboard causes a change on another worksheet in the same dashboard. Okay, so what feature will do this? So that is in the dashboard, like I have did now users filter. So where you want to add a feature, so the selecting an element on one worksheet. So we selected here, right? So if you see here, I just choose this one as users filter. So when I'm selecting something here, other views also filtered based on the country which I have selected this, right? So you have to choose like that on these which would cause in another sheet in the same worksheet. So what features will do this? So where in that cases URL action will take you to the URL, that is any web URL outside, right? So this will not come, and there is no action called drill down action. So only these two actions will come, that is your filter action and highlight action. This is multiple answer question. You can see here, select all that apply. So filter action where it so here they have not mentioned like it needs to filter. So it is just saying like an element on one of the worksheet on the dashboard causes change. So when they say change, they didn't say filter. So both these will come. That is your filter action, which will filter out the values, highlight action, which will highlight the value. So anything it is going to create a change in the another sheet, right? So you have to choose these two options, that is your filter action and highlight action. Okay, so one more thing, you have a dashboard containing multiple worksheets. One of the worksheets in the dashboard has a scroll bar. Which of the following steps you can take to remove this scroll bar? So for that, okay, let me create a big bar graph. So customer base and sales. So here in the dashboard, let me remove this and use the sheet 5 here. Okay, now if you see here is the fit option. When it is in standard option, you can see you are getting this scroll bar. Okay, so they are asking like what steps you have to take to remove that scroll bar. Right click on the scroll bar and select remove. So you can right click on, see here. Do you have anything like remove? No. So the first option is wrong. Click the more option arrow, select fit and select fit height. So let's do this. Fit height. So here the height is not the problem. So width is the problem. So fit width. So now if you see the scroll bar has been gone. Click the more option arrow, select font and use drop down to decrease font size. No, this is also wrong. Right click on the worksheet name on the dashboard pane, select fit and then select entire view. No, this is also wrong. So only option is you have to go to the fit window. So in case your scroll bar is appearing based on the height, you have to choose height. So if it is based on width, you have to choose width. So the correct option is we have to click on the more option arrow, select fit and select fit height or fit width. Okay, based on the diagram they gave, it will change. Okay, so this is the correct option. So know about all these small options also. Try to explore your dashboard in more detail. Okay, what steps should you take to add a phone view to the dashboard? So here they are asking like so here I showed you about the device preview, right? So already some kind of devices are configured. Suppose if you want to configure your own phone, right? So what you will actually do it. Okay, so here I am going to give you a link. So here you have options. So I will be posting this on the description box. So read about this. So you have detailed explanation like how to create dashboard layouts for different device types. Okay, so any device you can configure here. So in case if you want to add a phone layout, in that cases you have to click on the phone layout. Okay, so click on the phone layout and so here you can optimize the layout, auto generate the layout, and you can choose this options, and you can also add your phone layout here. You can see here the icon, closed lock icon here. So open this icon and then like if you want so you can edit the layout to manually add or arrange your objects, or you can optimize or delete the layout. So in order to add the phone layout for the existing dashboards, so what you need to do, you have to click on the device preview and then you have to choose the corresponding device types and the model, okay, based on the whatever model you have, and then you have to add the layout. So if you go here, click on the device preview, so just choose whatever phone you want to add, okay, and then you can add that particular phone layouts. So let's explore the options here. Instruct those viewing the dashboard on mobile to put M in front of dashboard URL. No, this is wrong. Select layout, then adjust the dimension until they are appropriate for phone. No, this is also wrong. On the show me menu, no, show me menu doesn't have phone icon. Select device preview, select phone for device type, then yes, this is the correct option. The answer is D. Okay, so I will be posting this link, so just go through this link so you can know about how to add a phone layout. Okay, so you also have modify existing dashboard layout for mobile devices. So for this only I am posting this link. So because these small things we will miss out when we are preparing for the certification. So just go through like how to add a phone layout or different devices if you want to add, or customize the layouts. Okay, so this will give you an idea about all these things. Okay, how to delete or optimize your layouts. Okay, and next question based on the dashboards are: the most important item on the dashboard should be positioned where? So most important on the dashboard should be always positioned on the upper left corner, because that is more recognizable. So you have to put all, so this is the first one is more recognizable, so you have to put your any important view on the upper left corner. So there is some things you have to read about dashboards. So if you go through this best practices for effective dashboard, so it will really help you to answer one question based on the dashboard. So they will be asking at least one question based on the best practices of the effective creating effective dashboards. Okay, so here if you see for the question which I have asked, right, most important item on dashboard should be positioned where. So here you have various topics related to best practices, like you have to know about the purpose why you are creating the dashboard. So if you see this, leverage the most viewed part, so most viewers scan web content starting from the top left of the web page. That's why I said the answer is upper left. So that is the first glance anyone who is viewing the dashboard would be seeing this. Okay, so one view dashboard's main purpose, so you have to place the most important view in the upper left corner of the dashboard. Okay, so try to go through all these points in the best practices. This will also I will give in the description link. Okay, so I hope I have covered few things like how you prepare from the certification point of view for dashboards and stories. Stories I will be posting in the next video. So just go through all the links which I am giving in the description boxes. Thanks for watching. Thank you.